Hi everyone, it's Stephie. Welcome to week 44 of GenderBlenders. And tonight's topic, as she rolls up the chair here, is cost-effective and efficient items for transition. Clothes, makeup, haircuts, doctor, hormones. What would you be using? What would you like to use? What would you do differently? What saves money and still gets the job done? Let's talk about some of these things. Are there ways that which you can economize and still complete your transition? Sorry for the little sore throat a little bit. Slight cold. A little chillier at Disneyland than I thought it was going to be. Anyway, clothing, unisex clothes, work very, 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 very well. Reason being is you can use them in either mode. When you first start your transition, sometimes you're going to be in one mode, sometimes you're going to be in the other mode. And any clothing that you can use that works in either mode works. It's surprising how well it works. I'm now more or less passable as a woman. And it almost don't matter what kind of clothing I wear. And it's surprising. It was a surprise to me. But I get treated as a woman just as much in unisex clothes as I do in a very fancy dress or anything else. It's surprising. And it works in either mode. So in the early stages, before you dress in your true gender, it gives you the option. After you dress owning your true self, they're still wearable, assuming they fit. You see, I ran into one problem that after a while, and I started wearing my normal workaday clothes, kind of a thing that you see here, which is kind of what I wear almost every day. I couldn't go back to the old mode clothes. I just couldn't do it. So having clothes that work in either mode works well. Land's End. I get a lot of stuff from Land's End. What you see on me is pretty much all Land's End clothing. If you take some time, one of the things that they'll do is they'll give you like 25% off, sometimes 40% off, and things like that. It's kind of a random deal. I think they're trying to sucker you into buying more. But if you're very, very astute about what you're buying, you can often get some pretty good deals there. Target, it's a good store for surprisingly, reasonably nice clothes. Payless shoes. They happen to carry my size because I've got pretty big feet. So that works well for clothing. For makeup, I'm not very astute there. I will grant you that. The good commercial brands seem to work okay for me. Early on, I tried some bargain brands. They don't work worth a darn. And that seems to be the common consensus, and I absolutely agree with that. The bargain brands aren't a bargain. Some of the larger stores, again, Target, will have some nice opportunities for acquiring makeup and things like that. Again, sometimes you can find exactly what you're looking for there. You're going to be experimenting a lot to discover what works for you. However, you can't really skimp on, if you get cheap makeup, you're going to look cheap. Haircuts and styling. I tried the styling and coloring routine early on, only to discover that it's not one of my talents. So you see, through all of these videos, you'll see my hair changing gradually. I've now, excuse me, this is sort of, this cold is getting to me a little bit. But after seeing the results of what a pro can do, to me, or to my hair, I really wouldn't go back. So that's another thing that I just end up spending money on. Now, that's just me. If you end up being good at it, maybe that works for you. Doctors? I'm in the San Diego area, and we have a relatively large LGBT community here in San Diego. Particularly the area in town that's called is called Hillcrest. And what do you know? I found a doctor in Hillcrest who's been a very good doctor. He monitors and supervises my hormone intake. He also recommended some specialists for my special needs, and that works very well. Again, if you have health insurance at work or wherever, health insurance oftentimes helps a lot in terms of keeping the costs under control. So that works nice. That's going to dovetail in with the hormones. I, like a lot of us, started out the internet route, kind of self-supervising what I was doing. Did a lot of research, but I was nevertheless self-supervising what I was doing and getting my hormones through the internet. Oh, that ended up being a relatively expensive route. If you're doing that, one of the things that I found that makes an awful lot of difference, check out the different options for different pharmacies. Many of them are interconnected. However, many of them have absolutely different prices for absolutely different stuff. So sometimes you have to go to one for estrogen, you have to go to another for Spiro. That's the way it works. What I found in when I went legal and got basically supervised by a doctor in terms of what I was doing, now since I have an official prescription, I can take it off on, again, I have a prescription plan associated with my health insurance at work. And I could take that hormone prescription off on my prescription thing. That cut down a lot. So I went from basically $100 and change dollars to about $60 per month in hormone cost. So it helps a lot. It doesn't drastically change things, but it sure does help a lot. Doing it over, I'd probably go the legal route faster. Like everyone else, I was unsure of how I would be accepted and was not going to give it up. Speaking of that, one thing that was mentioned, and I absolutely concur, don't skimp or don't run out of your medication. That's the single most important thing that you have going for you in your transition. You need to keep going with that. I try to keep about 1 month supply ahead of my prescription. What that allows me to do is if there's a hiccup in getting things, either from the pharmacy, has to order something, whatever, you don't get into a bind. So that's some of the things to keep in mind also. I hope this has been a little helpful to everyone, and I hope that your transition is going and does go well. And I hope some of these things may find a hint or two in some cost-effective and cost-savings routines. Thank you again. We'll see you next week. This is Stephie saying bye-bye. I gotta